somebody's house.
Attenzione, l'assicurazione di ce l'ho,
Piano, piano.
Bye.
Bruno, metti. La miseria.
Oh, sorry.
Comunque, qui non ci parlo male. Aspetta. Vai.
Off we go. Off we go.
Project Tevereterno is an opportunity using a design competition to reconsider the banks of the Tiber River, the course of the Tiber River as it runs through the city of Rome, and concentrate on those forces, both cultural and economic, that have shaped the river over time and given it an opportunity to shape us as a culture.
We hope to be able to raise awareness of the beauty and the potential of this as a commons, as a public commons, not as a commercial site, but really as a place that's also wild and quiet and where you can go and you can sit, you can read a book in the sun or the shade, but there's a programming.
Tevereterno vuol rileggere un modo di vita arcaico, che è quello l'uso del fiume, adattandolo alla contemporaneità, viverlo in modo contemporaneo, fare quello che è sempre stato fatto, ma in modo contemporaneo, e quindi attraverso tecnologia, interventi di artisti, manifestazioni, restituire alla città uno spazio che si era dimenticato.
You know, you had this walkway that went right through the center of city, but it was abandoned. I mean, it wasn't closed to the public, but, you know, maybe in an hour I saw one or two people, another biker or a runner, and right in the middle of Rome. And, you know, I think the space is amazing. And so I guess what I wanted to try to do with Chance Encounter on the Tiber is have people think about it in a different way.
Magari lo vede tutti voi, capisce che non lo deve fare. Perché? Perché? Ho paura.
È diventata viola.
Avviare una catarsi intima a guardarsi.
No, guarda il naso.
Però è un po' on the road il nostro viaggio, capisci?
Quindi potremmo arrivare un paio di giorni dopo.
Però se noi ci organizziamo.
No, nel senso, cioè, io arrivato.
Poi dimmi quando parti.
What is interesting, Robert, you said that more or less is not much to be done. I mean, it's easy for your point of view to recuperate that.
Well, I think, you know, simple things are never, you know, are sometimes the hardest things to do. But to me, the way it's been approached in the past is an architecture problem. And so people have actually been building more. And I think in some ways it's about taking away, and it's more of a landscape issue rather than an architectural problem. So it's not about building, it's about thinking of it as a landscape and how you need to subtly change it rather than huge, massive interventions.
The value of any good competition actually resides or rests in knowing what you want on the other end of it. The competition has to be structured such that you essentially know what the outcome is before you get there. Not the design or not the particularities of it, but we'd like to see this happen in this space or that happen in that space.
Yeah.
Would you help us get there? And so the sponsors have to arrive at a moment where the question makes sense so that the people you've asked can have a reasonable opportunity to answer it.
I think the most important thing about the competition that it's actually doable, because I think that's what's going to give the Tiber momentum, is that something can actually happen. Because I think there's just this weariness that they think nothing will ever happen. It's never going to change. It's always been like this. There's
Right.
So if we could create a plan that's doable, and that actually gets implemented, it would give that
Right.
optimism that you can actually get something done here.
Well, the problem of the Tiber is so grand that it can't even be, you can hardly begin to think about it. So I think it's beautiful the simpler the better. And the more concise the parts that could then become a continuum that can be strung together. Because if you can't break it up into pieces that are part of a whole, then how do you even begin?
That's a depth. I know, it's amazing. It's one of my favorites. How it completely pushed out the bottom.
Are we getting out?
Yes.
Dai mano, se no si allarga troppo la parte.
Dopo prendo la mia...
You needed all that help.
Grazie.
Prego. E peschiamo un po' d'anguille, ma poche. La contenta a buscare 30 euro al giorno. Mo. Fino che riesco a pianare dentro la barca, a potermi muovere, per me è pure un diversivo. Io sto meglio che te perché a casa. Se uno si rimette a giornatella ci lavori, però certo che se andiamo sempre a calare smettiamo.